Today we're talking about the items I've sold in the past few days, so stay tuned after the intro. We'll get right into the education. Be right back. What's going on, everybody? I haven't done a lot of these videos, but I want to start getting into a habit. So here are a couple sales I've made over the past few days. It's actually more than a couple. I've done pretty good. Finally, my sales are up, and I hope yours are too. Here's what I've sold lately. So the very first thing I've got is this genuine Ninja 8-cup 64-ounce food processor with locking lid and blade, blah, 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 $49. And I bought this and another, which I'll show you in a second, for $2 at a yard sale. I haven't posted that haul. It was a short one stop kind of a yard sale right before yard sale season kind of really started getting off. I paid $2 for this and this, and I made gross about $90. So always be on the lookout for parts that you can see if you can resell. If someone breaks something or loses something, they don't want to buy a whole new set because these things are expensive. They'll go look for your used parts. Take a look out there. They're waiting for you. I find these all the time. Next thing I sold is this Pulp Fiction Jules Winfield Diamond Select action figure. Pulp Fiction is a cult classic, and the toys relating to them are, I don't want to say few and far between, but there are certain ones people will collect. And here, Sam Jackson brought me $85. I like that sale. And by the way, if you hear any dogs or cats or sounds, I'm not stopping this to edit any of this because I've been taking way too long producing these videos. And if there's just an animal sound, enjoy it with me. The next thing I have is this Star Wars Black Series Sith Trooper. Around the holidays, they had a few different exclusives of Star Wars characters dressed up in like Santa outfits and Christmas outfits. I think I paid $20 for this. After fees and shipping, I made like $5. But around Christmas, I was selling them around $40. The price has dropped because the holiday's not here. Christmas isn't popping right now. So I forgot I even had this, but I'm so glad I sold it because I need that space. I've got this vintage Chevy hat. The bow tie is always popular. Anything 90s is in, so you have the day glow selling here. I paid $1 for that. Most hats I pay $1 for anyway. I got $18.19, and they paid shipping. I was surprised this didn't go for much more. I had it listed probably about 6 months. I bought a lot of hats last summer, and I didn't get around to getting some of these listed. But I'm so glad this one sold because I've got a whole box full of hats I need to really put on sale. But look for hats. They're cheap. Check the condition. Sometimes vintage hats, like the sweatband is gross. And if there's foam, like in the trucker hats, those things will just degrade and become flaky, and you kind of have a loss. I've got this 1991 Dave Justice Upper Deck hologram card. Now, why would you say list a $2 card? I've got it, and I have so many cards I want to sell. So if you've got sports cards, or if you're looking into moving sports cards, the best thing I can say to you to do is find the card in your hand and look up the year and the make. Like say this is Upper Deck. Say you've got Fleer or Donruss. Look at the year, look at the brand, or type in the year and the brand, look up the player and see what they go for. But what I would also do is look up the card series you have and the year, filter for highest paid, and see what is bringing the money, because you will spend a lot of time going through cards that's going to probably waste your time because most cards are garbage, but you might have something. So I say filter for highest sold and see exactly what people are looking for, then look for those cards. I've got something on my back burner, this box here of basketball. I've got 3 boxes of these USPS priority boxes. They weigh 10 pounds each. I got them last year at a yard sale. I don't know how I'm going to make a video out of this, but I don't know how to make that watchable because there's so many. Those 30 pounds of cards are probably going to be garbage. What I'm going to do is just go through looking for players I know who have a big name, and anything else I'm just going to leave aside. There might be a rare card in there. There might not. I doubt it, but you never know. It's the hunt. So if you guys want to stay tuned for that, I will have that coming up sometime soon. Anyway, on this, now they paid $2 and shipping is going to be 51 cents. I'm using the eBay standard envelope. It's 51 cents and you put it in an envelope and it's gone. So I'm happy with like $1.50, $1.25 profit off that because I didn't throw it away. So here's another food processor part. The Cuisinart DLC 8 food processor blade, $20 free shipping. Once again, I preach selling those parts. I think I actually bought this at the church yard sale of the hall, or excuse me, from the hall you might have just seen one of my last videos. The cat and the dog are having a great time making sounds. They know the mic's live, so they want to join in. So here I've got this pre-owned Atomic Daisy ice crusher rocket model. Look at the vintage design. You remember when cars back ends used to look like this? This was like a 70s or 60s ice crusher I found at an estate sale. Probably paid $2 for it. I might have got it in a box. When I go to estate sales or auctions, at the end of them, there's always stuff left. And I say, can you make me a deal on this stuff? And I just put it all in a box and I get a good deal. Sold this for $25, $26 with free shipping. One of my prized pieces, I've had this for a year and I was using it kind of as my window shopper item. So I bought a ton of horror collectibles last summer for like $130. And I've made so much money off that thing. In there were a bunch of press kits, and these are not very easy to find. You really have to ask a collector or be searching for them or go to an estate sale where someone is a knowledgeable or a known collector. So this is the very first Friday the 13th movie press kit. I'll show you other pictures here in a second. But I had it listed for $400. I didn't see any like it. Now there was Friday the 13th, 2, 3, 4, and up listed, but I did not see the first one. And since it's the first one, I put a premium on the price, just seeing what people would do. I was taking offers, and it was time to move it. My sales were kind of slow. And after looking at TerraPeak, which is a tool you can use on eBay to look up a longer time frame of sold items, 250 is about the best I can do. I think I made a lot more than I expected because the most common price I would see for a press book for Friday the 13th about 150. So I'm pretty happy to get 100 over what I really expected it to go for. What I've really wanted to do was take these horror items and go to horror conventions and get them signed, because as I was checking my solds, those listings were out of sight. But since COVID showed up, we're not going anywhere, and I just sold it. Hate to see it go because I kind of wanted it myself, but I'm not in the collecting business of horror stuff, but it was just such a cool piece to have. I'll probably never see something like that again. Now, this is one of my favorite pieces I've ever owned. This is probably going to take the most unique spot, and one of the reasons I want to make this video. This is an original, it's a copy of an original script from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre back in 74, 73, whatever year it was. You can go to any Hollywood shop right now and buy a copy of a script of your favorite movie, and this you would say would be. But when you look inside of it, let me show you some pictures. It is signed by Edwin Neal. He's the hitchhiker, and it's to the cast. And also in other pages, you'll see like this. This is written out dialogue for Leatherface. He talked in that really strange language, but there's actually a description of what he's saying here. Most scripts you find, actually no other script I found had this. So I had it last year and sold it twice. No, I had an offer from France for $500, but since it was going across the country, I didn't really trust it. Across the water. I didn't really trust it and didn't want to sell it internationally. But someone bought it in Texas who is a Chainsaw Massacre museum owner. Apparently there's a couple of those out there because it got in this network and was talked about by these horror fans. And the guy had open communication with me. He bought it, didn't like it. I think he paid $500. I forgot what he paid. He didn't like it and sent it back. He said the quality wasn't great, and he meant the copy quality. It's in great shape. It's been stored for years, but he didn't like how unclear some of it was, but that's what happens when you photocopy. But the interesting thing about this script is he spoke to someone who was in contact with Gunnar Hansen's wife. Gunnar Hansen was Leatherface, and said, this script is something someone found. What can you tell me about it? And what they found out was it's an actual copy of Gunnar Hansen's script, which makes it more rare and valuable than any script I have found on eBay. I didn't check and see what's sold lately, but a year ago when I saw it, there was nothing like that. So this was a copied script from Gunnar Hansen. Who knows how many existed? It's a copy, so there may be more, but none were for sale. So I was asking $900 just to see where people would go with it. When you have a high-priced item, put your price on it, make it high, let people talk to you, make offers, and then after a while, you'll be able to tell what people are really going to pay. And I lowered it after listing it again to, I think, $499. I got an offer for $375. I thought about taking it but I knew this was very unique. I counted at $450. $450. He did $400. I said, okay, we'll do $400 because that's probably about right. I had seen other scripts and they were lower, maybe like $250. I was asking high, like my Friday the 13th press book, just to see where people would go. but I think this is about right. And the guy who bought it said it's probably maybe about $300. So I still am pretty happy about making a little more. But I would love to have kept this forever, because when am I going to find something like that again? But it's time to sell it, and here we go. And I hope the owner loves it, because what a unique piece. Next, we're going to bring it down a little bit. I've got this Monsta X K-pop t-shirt. Got it at Goodwill for $1.69. Sold it for $11.99 after fees and shipping. I think I'm making $5.60, something like that. I've got this Imagine X Dr. Doom figure. I paid $1.55 for him at a flea market, like a little antique shop. I got several of these. He sold for $5.99 with $4 shipping, so great margin there. And then here's something from the churchyard sale last week, right on the money, $45. That's what it goes for. Someone bought it. I'm glad they're going to be a lot more relaxed, because they're helping me out be relaxed too by having some cash in my pocket. And I've got this G.I. Joe waist piece. So if you find G.I. Joes and they're in pieces, you might be in luck with selling parts. Not all parts are worth anything, but when you have a rare character or a 90s character, when the crotch breaks, that's a little piece in between. You got to go to the original to get another one, and either buy a whole figure or buy a piece. And that's what I did here for $8 shipped. Here is the riding helmet from the churchyard sale from the last video. I paid $5. I marked it down. It was going for about $30, but as I looked at the inside in the headband, like the sweatband, it was flaking a little bit. Not enough to make me say I don't want to sell it, but I did mention the sweatband is flaking a bit. It's not the best condition, but for maybe practice or whatever, maybe not your show helmet, it's a good price for a helmet that's usually $40, $50 or more, brand new. I sold this Harley Davidson riding jacket, $40. They paid $15 shipping. Now, I actually got a lot cheaper shipping on this. I compressed it down. I don't know how I had shipping in like this, but I had some type of price wrong, and it was advertised for $15.55. I gave them $7 shipping back because I was able to save a whole lot of money on shipping. Cut it in half plus some. Next, I've got these Metavan Comfort medical compression stockings, $15 plus shipping. If you ever find these at estate sales or yard sales and they're not used, they usually sell because people are always looking for stockings like that. It's cheaper than paying advertised prices at a DME store, which is a durable medical equipment. I believe they have them there, but it's a good deal for someone. Next, I've got these New Balance lace-up kids shoes, $11.99. They paid shipping. They were really clean when I found them. I think that was the selling point. Next, I've got this button-up plaid Billabong shirt. I paid $4.19 at Goodwill, only got $10. Not a gigantic profit off that. I'm going to lay low on clothes unless it's a bigger brand name. Be careful with clothing. Look your brands up. I got excited when I bought this and should have just left it on the racks. HP 2-pack of 901 black and colored ink, brand new and sealed. I paid $1 and sold it for $19 plus free shipping. Thing with ink is if there's a manufacturer warranty and it's out of date, it's still going to sell. So if you look in the back of ink or wherever it's printed, you'll see a date. That's the warranty. It's not expired. The warranty is expired. The ink is still good. And if there was a problem with old ink not working, people wouldn't buy it. But they love to save money on ink because ink is one of those replenishable items that are just way too expensive and ridiculous. So check your ink. And next is this 1979 and 80 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar card from, is this Topps? I forgot what brand it is. But $12 free shipping. I got a binder of cards and I think I paid $10 for it. So there's pages and pages of cards. This paid for the whole thing, and now I've got to go through the rest to find anything else that is valuable. Probably not much there, but I will gamble on cards because you never know what you're going to get. And I have this Louisville Slugger Xeno FP12X bat. In my very first yard sale video I made, I think I purchased this for, I paid $20. I forgot what I paid for these, $10 or $20. And I had it listed for $129. Didn't sell. I didn't realize it wasn't relisted. I relisted it for $99. Took it with free shipping. Great profit there. And now that people are coming outside more, I've sold some golf clubs locally too. A while back, I can see people are preparing to play outside sports and be outside more. So check your baseball bats. I've just lost my ring light. I don't know what happened to it, so I've got to finish this in the dark. My last sale was on Mercari. It's a limited run games Shantae lot of 4. So what limited run games is a company who will take a digital only game and make it physical. They'll give it a case and a disc and a short supply and sell that to the crazy video game collector fans, and I'm kind of one of them. So I've been buying from these guys since I think 2016 was their first release. It's called Breach and Clear. That sold really well, then the second and third really well, and I kept buying these for, I don't know, maybe up to their 60th release. I've since sold them all. I was holding on to these because I knew they would appreciate. I saw they were up to about 100, 112, 15 a piece, and decided to lot them all together and move them, and they sold for $450. So that was a great flip for me. If you'd like to look into limited run games, there are several companies out there, and if you pick the right release, the one that is a cult classic, or maybe you jump in early and can get in the early queues of buying, you might make some money too. But I got really tired of buying games, and so many other companies came along and started doing the same thing. It just didn't seem like there were too many limited games after all. We're going to see if this light can finish the video for us. Thank you all for watching. I'd love to know what you sold. Comment down below and let's talk about it. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you as part of the family. Please like the video, hit the bell notification so you'll know what else I have coming up. I do have more card breaks coming up, as I mentioned. I've got about 6 boxes of Goodwin Champions, some Pokemon, and like I said earlier, these 3 gigantic boxes of basketball. I have no idea what's going to be in it, but it'll be a surprise to us all. So join me again next time, guys. Stay safe, be well, and have a great flippin' day.